Welcome to a brand new episode of the deShawn Football Show, everybody. We've got a lot to cover today. Plenty has happened in the football world, and we're breaking it all down. So let's not waste any time now. Let's get into it. Let's start with the biggest story of the World Cup 2026. Spain, 0. Cabo Verde, 0. Before this tournament, I said on this show 9, Spain, please be cool about this one. Don't make their goal difference longer than their national anthem. Cabo Verde doesn't have a domestic league that most people have heard of. Their goalkeeper's day job might involve something completely different. And they kept a clean sheet against the reigning European champions. Cabo Verde, I take back everything I said. You belong here. You absolutely belong here. By the way, Iran and New Zealand drew 2-2, and now we're going over to Marcus. Marcus, what did you make of Iran's 2-2 draw with New Zealand?
Iran, New Zealand, 2-2. I had a whole thing written a few days ago about this exact fixture. What I WIL say is Mohamed Mohabi scored Iran's second goal. Beautiful finish, then celebrated by doing this in Los Angeles, in America. While his entire team was on a visa that said, leave the country tonight, Pepines, the man scored a World Cup goal and immediately made it everyone's problem. Mohabi said it was anding, quote, quai, just a celebration of the shot. And look, I believe him. Anyway, the whole team flew back to Tijuana after the final whistle. Same night. Back to you, deShawn.
Okay, we need to talk about what happened this week. Because Tuesday and Wednesday at this World Cup were basically a nature documentary. Messi, 38 years old, hat trick, cried after the first goal, then scored again, then scored again. Algeria's goalkeeper, Luka Zidane, son of Zinedine Zidane, stopped by nobody's dad Tam, just by Messi. The man is 38. When my dad was 34, he couldn't carry groceries. And Ronaldo, 41 years old, his destiny, his moment, steps onto the pitch 24 hours after Messi's hat trick and touched the ball 25 times. 25. The entire 90 minutes. I've seen substitutes warm up and touch the ball more than that. I've seen the corner flag get more involved. Bernardo, offered one of the best midfielders in the world, touched it 26 times, one more than Ronaldo. They took Bernardo off at halftime. The man touched it more, bang, gone. The man touched it less, bang, 90 minutes, bang. Thank you very much, bang. Good night. Meanwhile, Portugal completed 740 passes against Congo and had one shot on target. 740 passes, one shot. That is not football, people. That is a very expensive game of keep away. That is 40 millionaires playing hot potato. But here's where the episode really takes off. After the match, João Neves, 21 years old. PSG midfielder, scored the only goal, gets a microphone in his face. They ask about Ronaldo. This child, this baby, looks into the camera and says, he is just another player here to help. He is no different from the others. He said that out loud, on television, at a World Cup. About Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo fans went nuclear. They found Neves' girlfriend on Instagram, attacked her. Then Georgina Rodriguez jumped in to defend Cristiano. Neves then responded to all of this by saying, people hate the truth. Portugal is currently in a bit of chaos, you could say. And Marcus Chang, as always, wherever there's drama, he's right there. He's an incredible guy, and right now, he's in the Portugal camp. Marcus, what's going on there?
deShawn, I'm outside the Portugal locker room. I have been standing here for 20 minutes. I can hear something. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't sound like a team meeting. I think someone might be doing a presentation with slides. Nobody has come out. Nobody has gone in. A kit man walked past 20 minutes ago and has not returned. I asked a Portugal staff member what was happening inside. He looked at me, looked at the door, looked back at me, and walked away. That's the whole answer. That WOS the answer. Now, while I've been standing here, I've had time to catch up on what's been happening online with the Portugal camp. You may have heard Nikin after the Congo draw João Neves said Ronaldo is Just another player. Ronaldo fans went to Instagram, found Nevesh's girlfriend, started attacking her in the comments. Then Georgina Rodriguez, Ronaldo's fiancée, jumped in to defend Cristiano. She attacked the wrong account. It was not Nevesh's girlfriend, it was a fan page, deShawn. Georgina Rodriguez, who has 20 million Instagram followers, could not find the correct account. Meanwhile, Fernandes, who was also substituted preempt, quietly liked Nevesh's comment. And that is what's happening inside that locker room right now, allegedly. The kit man still hasn't come back out. I'm a little worried about the kit man.
Quick round. Everything else that happened since Wednesday. Let's go. Canada, 6x. Qatar, 0. 6. Canada looked at Qatar and said, Ned, absolutely not. Not today. Not in my house. Well, technically America's house, Bill, but Canada was in Vancouver, so fine. SIX goals. Qatar had won the 2022 World Cup hosting rights. They could not win a single match in 2026. Different tournament. Switzerland 4 in pair, Bosnia 1. Nobody was talking about Switzerland. I'm talking about Switzerland now. Switzerland just walked in, scored 4 goals, and went back to being neutral about everything else. USA 2 and Australia 0. Back-to-back wins. Group D clinched. First place secured. The USMNT on home soil is a PR problem. Ibrahimovic said America can win this whole tournament. I don't know what to do with that information. I'm holding it carefully. Brazil 3 for Haiti 0. Neymar was not involved. The stationary bike was not involved. Rafinha scored pen, then immediately pulled his hamstring pin and left the pitch. Brazil, 1 match in, already losing players to injury. Ancelotti looked calm. Of course he did. The man is always calm. I think his resting heart rate is 12. Morocco 1 to Scotland 0. Scotland had their first win in 28 years last week. They celebrated like champions. Morocco then showed up and said, Nen, that was fun, wasn't it? Scotland is back to normal. I'm sorry, Scotland. I'm so sorry. And finally, Cole, Turkey versus Paraguay. Paraguay had a man sent off. 10 men for most of the second half. 10 players against 11. Paraguay won, 1-0. Turkey men with the FUL team men lost to 10 men. 10 men. Turkey had 11 players and lost to TEN. That's not a loss, that's a confession. Paraguay, who lost 4-1 to America in Game 1, just beat Turkey with 10 men call and are now through to the knockout stage. This tournament, people, nobody knows anything. I knew nothing. You knew nothing. We're all just watching. That's the deShawn Football Show for today. We'll be back, probably more confused than ever. See you then.